Today we're celebrating World Metrology Day on May 20th. David, tell me, what is metrology?
Metrology is often confused with meteorology, but what it really is the science of measurement. Looking at everything from the scientific research that goes into defining what we use to measure, how we realize that measurement, to applying that to industrial settings, for example in manufacturing. Measuring the quantities for recipes, for instance, is how we apply metrology in industrial settings, and then to trade, persons buying at the supermarkets, ensuring that they get the right weight. All of this are just different aspects of metrology.
Okay. On a day-to-day level, what do people usually use metrology for? If I'm someone at home, what would I need it for?
Most of the time it's just mostly related to trade. I mean, going to the supermarket, going to the gas station, purchasing fuel, just our usual day-to-day life. We all measure in our transactions, and measurement also is an important part of life in general.
Okay, so why is metrology important to the Caribbean?
Well, as you be aware, the Caribbean consists of some of the smallest economies, well, the smallest economies in our hemisphere. And to give our manufacturers, our industry a fighting chance, we have to be on the same playing field as everyone else. And supporting them with accurate measurements, with improving the quality of their products to be able to compete is definitely a contribution that metrology makes. And we need to improve this to give them a better
In the
chance.
CROSQ context, we talk a lot about the Caribbean Reference Laboratories, the CARLs. What is this and why do we need it?
Well, first let me explain what a CARL is. Because of our small member states, a lot of times the services that are needed to support industry and support trade cannot be sustained with such a small market. What we recognize is that a lot is needed to share the load within the region and to make one service accessible to everyone. So the Caribbean Reference Laboratory project looks to establish in one of our member states a sustainable calibration service for a defined quantity, for example mass, for example, to weigh the weights that we use for calibrations. The idea is that in one of our member states where this service is sustainable, the region supports the development there, and thereafter the rest of our member states are able to access this service. This makes the initial setup a lot easier than trying to do it 15 times in each CARICOM country. We all support the development in one country through CROSQ and other project funds, and then everyone else is able to access the service.
Okay. Under the 10th EDF Technical Barriers to Trade project, there's a large metrology component. What can you tell me about some of the highlights in metrology over the last 2 years with this project?
Well, over the last 2 years, we've been pretty much building up to hopefully what will be a big climax by the end of the project. On the regional level, we're establishing 2 more CARLs. This is a reference laboratory for volume in Jamaica, and also a reference laboratory for thermometry in Trinidad. And we're presently putting together the plans for assisting with this with regards to equipment, training, other consultancies to support these 2 countries in their development. Then on the national level, we're supporting member states by purchasing some equipment, focusing mainly on the areas of temperature, volume, mass. And those are, some countries have already started receiving equipment, and the remainder will receive throughout the rest of this year. Then also an important part is engaging our stakeholders, helping them to understand the need for metrology and what services are available in their country. And this is something that we've already started with, and we're looking to ramp up more as the project draws to a conclusion.
Today, May 20th, we're celebrating as World Metrology Day. The theme for today is measurements and light. What is World Metrology Day about, and why is this theme important to us?
Well, first of all, World Metrology Day is important to us as metrologists. What it is an annual celebration of the initial signing of the Meter Convention by 17 countries. This was done back in 1875. And as a result of this, metrologists worldwide celebrate this day, emphasizing and remembering and celebrating really the important role that metrology plays in development, as it assists us in everyday life, in trade, in scientific research. And this year in particular, we're looking on the relationship between metrology or measurement and light, and the important role measurement plays in light-based technologies. As you are aware, we're in the Caribbean, we have an abundance of sun and sunlight. And especially now, as we focus more on renewable energy, we're seeing a larger uptake in the use of solar photovoltaics. This is a light-based technology, and really the importance of the research that goes into it, the measurement, and being able to increase the efficiency of the renewable technology that we are using is important. And metrology has played an important part in that. Maybe not in our region, as we don't do as much research and development in these areas, but it has played a significant role. And what is important for us is that as we now look to integrate these new technologies into our existing electricity grids, the distribution grids, it's important for us to be able to measure and to quantify exactly what the impacts are. I mean, how much is being utilized by consumers, how much they're putting back into the grid if they're adding to the network. So there is a significant role that measurement does play. A lot of times it's not highlighted, but this year's theme is very relevant to our region as we look to utilize renewable energies more.